Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here. It is Veda Day 29, August 29th, 2022, Monday afternoon at
5:28.
5:28 already. It's evening now. The days go by so darn fast. I had a horrible time sleeping last night. I know you guys are all saying what's new. My issue last night was pain. It doesn't happen too often with me. Usually that's what happened with Brad, but this shoulder and arm just was, it's very unhappy. It wants to call me names.
Bad names.
I think it called me bad names last night. It is what it is, so pretty soon I'll be getting another shot, so that'll be good. So I'm kind of running behind today, so you guys are going to talk, I'm going to talk with you guys while I fold some laundry. A funny little fact about me is I love to fold laundry. I don't mind it a bit, which is a big bonus for Mr. Heidi because he doesn't like to fold laundry.
See, and I don't mind washing it and throwing it
Yeah,
in the dryer.
see, and so it's a great pairing for us because, you know, like I said, I don't mind folding some laundry and all of that. He doesn't mind doing the laundry. He just hates to fold it.
Yeah.
So, and I usually roll a lot of my our shirts because it does save space and it also seems to help with the wrinkles and stuff. So that's just something I do. I don't hang up my clothes. Brad hangs up some of his, but I just don't hang up my clothes. So, you know, it is what it is. But besides the sleep issue, which meant still at 10 o'clock this morning, I finally got back up because I could not sleep. The shoulder hurt so bad that I ended up taking some medication and, you know, I had to lay back down. So Brad came back, what, about 2? It wasn't earlier than that.
Actually, it was later than that.
Well, you told me it was 2.
Oh, maybe it was.
But,
it was closer to 4, but sorry.
No, it wasn't 4, honey.
Okay.
Might have been 4 we came out here.
Okay.
Who knows? You might be right, you might be wrong. I might be right, I might be wrong too. So anyway, at some point in time, I came out here, or he came back, and he wasn't going to wake me up. I think, what, were you just going to sit on the bed quietly and rock?
Yeah.
Just stare at me?
Yeah.
And all of my glory was the drool and...
Chanting in tongues.
I don't think I'm ready for that. I don't think I'm ready for that in my life. So, I had big plans that I was going to work in the craft room today. I was going to get my painting area set up. I knew that wasn't going to happen with the shoulders. There's no way I can lift stuff. You know, Brad's back and hip, or not hip, back and knees and stuff are really aggravated today. So, you know, this is that other hat for Marnie. So I think she'll really like that one. It's a boho. I'm going to put some flowers on it, but it's a nice loose boho. A little bit airier. So anyway, I always write down things I'd like to get done in the day, and then reality hits that day, and you start rearranging stuff. Okay, I can do this. This isn't going to happen, but maybe I'll have time to do this. I hadn't planned on finishing decorating for fall today, but I did because it bothered me. Brad's going to go out. Are you going to move that flag?
Yeah.
When?
Here, I didn't want to be digging in here while you're trying to shoot a
You
video.
can go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go ahead, hon. I got my fall flags out. This is very important, the changing of the flags. So I got them out, got them hung up, but I have 2 flags or 2 flagpoles on one side. Now I wanted to have either or, and initially Brad said I couldn't do that. but now I think you figured out a way you could.
Yeah.
And that'll be perfect. 'Cause I wanted one. This is coming up our stairs. You know, we have a little. It's not really even a porch, but you know, the top of the stairs. And I want to have on either side, so that will make me happy. I have one that's an older. I like the double-sided flags. You know, so it doesn't matter which way you're coming from. You can read whatever it says. I have one that says welcome, and it's got sunflowers. The other one is a heavier canvas type, which I really like. And it says welcome to our patch. And it has, you know, pumpkins and fall leaves. And it's got an old antique truck and stuff. And I really like that one. So it's exciting. I love the change of seasons. I do not know why, but I do. I love the change of seasons. Always have. I guess it's just kind of, you know, life going on. I particularly love, well, I love each season, but particularly fall. Probably my least favorite season now is winter, because, you know, you hurt more and stuff, but I like them all. You know, it's not even a big deal. So, what else? What else, honey? Jelly Bean got a little cold last night, so I had to put her sweater back on her. She slept for the most part in her bed. She's sleeping in her bed right now. Eventually, I think I'm going to have to get another bed for out here, because it's going to get old transporting the bed every day, you know. I know what I wanted to tell you guys is, okay, most of us end up with, we don't know what happened to our socks in the washer dryer. This is a big thing. Is it not, honey?
Yes, it is.
I do not know what sock gremlin there lived in all of our laundry, but you end up, over accumulation of time, this grocery bag of socks that don't have a mate. And I'm not into wearing the mismatched socks. I guess just our generation, that would be weird. You just didn't. And now it's a thing that, you know, you wear mismatched. Nobody cares. But that's not me. So, one of the things, I hate to waste anything. You guys know this. I mean, I don't go as overboard as like my great-grandmother, but I didn't live through the Great Depression either. But one of the things is, like Brad is staining wood, or he's doing a varnish coat on wood. Or maybe there's something else that you know that you're going to use, a cloth or something, and then you're going to have to throw it away. Socks make a perfect thing for staining wood, for varnishing wood. I mean, you have to make sure that this is lint-free as possible. You have to listen to the dog bark at the window. Honey, can you do something with your puppy?
I will.
And see, it is his dog actually, but all of a sudden it's,
Come here,
you know.
Nixie, you're gonna die.
Oh, yeah, right. So anyway, it makes a great, you know, you just take this, of course, you just put it on your hand like this, and you just stain away or whatever, and then you just go ahead and throw it away. You know, unless it's something like, I use these sometimes to dust. I had a woman a very long time ago who told me that this makes the best duster. And she's right. Now, I mean, if you're running across the table and stuff, you can really get in the nooks and crannies and stuff very well. Then you just take it off, of course, and then throw it in your laundry. You know, but, you know, it's just another thing of, instead of throwing something away, you utilize it. I mean, why waste? You know, what else are you supposed to do with your socks? I mean, you know, I have a big bag. I have actually 2 grocery bags of accumulated over time. Some of these have been waiting almost decades to have their mate be found. I don't think it's going to happen. And I don't have a dive crew that's going to come and dive into the world of the mismatched socks or the lost socks and save it. So, you know, and after a while you're like, what the heck? Oh, honey, can you take this blanket? Mm-hmm. What the heck, can you pull, am I supposed to do with this big bag of mismatched socks. I mean, that's not something I'm going to donate. Nobody wants, like, oh, look, there's 20. If you're one-legged, that'd be great, but, we're not, so. I didn't want that over there. I got to have some room to fold your clothes too, babe.
Okay.
Can you take it?
I can. Did you want to hand me some garbage bags and all?
Honey, I don't have any garbage bags on me.
They're right there.
Oh, okay. I'm like, why the heck? I mean, do you want me to? There's a blanket, and I'm asking him to take care of it because dealing with blankets and stuff does hurt my shoulders. Hang on just a second, and I'll get it.
I'm in no hurry.
Okay, I'm trying to. I found a mate.
Oh, cool.
Talking about the socks, we got to mate them.
You know what?
Don't watch them while they mate.
My solution is to the. Ow!
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
This goes in there too.
Okay. Probably never gonna walk again.
Okay, are you done?
No.
Oh Lord, here we go.
See, guys, what I have to put up with. She abuses me constantly.
You ain't seen abuse yet.
That's
You're
it,
gonna
boy.
now.
My solution to the
too late.
mismatched socks is I just don't wear socks anymore.
Well, you don't because I do though. Around here, my feet get cold, so I do wear socks. I mean, I got a pair on right now. So I do wear socks, but yeah, he doesn't wear socks. In fact, I think I took all the socks.
Probably.
So, if you have to get dressed for anything and wear any kind of dress socks, you can use my black sparkly ones.
Okay.
That would be nice.
Okay.
That would be extra special. What are you doing? Why are you looking at me?
Because I'm waiting for another blanket.
I'm going to blanket your face.
Don't let them see how angry you are.
I'm an angry woman.
Because
oh, my Lord.
With as angry as you are, they may call somebody.
Call somebody who cares?
Yeah, pretty much.
That could be a long wait. Ugh. Why? Here you go. Here's another blanket. Oh, Lord. I know, real thrilling, right? Sorry, guys. This is real life. This is not scripted. You could not have this much fun. Oh, I love this blanket. Oh, it smells so good, too. And yes, it's as soft as it looks. Oh, here's your robe belt.
Yep.
You know what? You're fixing to get beat today.
Again,
still.
Oh,
You dork. Leanne, see what I put up with? I think him and Joel will get along great. They're both dorks.
Wow.
You are a dork. He's a dork.
No.
You both are dorks.
I'm in this relationship. I'm the normal one.
In this relationship?
Yes.
Do you have any other relationships?
Not that I'm aware of.
Just you and your dog.
Me and Nixie, and then me and the frogs outside. But
Oh, yeah.
Other than that,
Oh, you're a hussy, aren't you?
I am. I'm just.
You're a real hussy.
I'm just a little slut.
Well, you can't say that on my YouTube thing.
I just did.
Why?
Because
Don't be telling them your stuff.
that was the most appropriate word I could come up with.
Don't be telling people your stuff.
That was the most appropriate word I could come up with.
How come I don't have any? Oh, there's some of your underoos. I won't show them me folding up your little underoos.
Thank you.
Aren't you guys just thrilled? Like, oh boy. While you're folding laundry, let me bring over mine, right? That's fine. I don't mind. Brad knows. Anytime there's laundry, it's like he'll just bring it out. I'll sit there and fold it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, what else we talking? Okay, we solved the mystery of what to do with the. That's all for blankets, huh?
Okay.
We solved the mystery on what to do with extra blankets and stuff. Or extra. See, you got me all going now. With your miscellaneous socks. Aren't you glad? People will wonder why in your cleaning cloths and stuff you have all these socks, and you just say that you're involved with somebody who is one-legged. Right? Or that you cannot, with inflation costs, you cannot. There's another thing you could do. With the cost of inflation and stuff, you can save these socks, and when your kids lose their winter gloves, This is, well, Rebecca, I was going to say Rebecca, but you guys don't get cold temperatures very often. But you can just have them pick out 2 socks and say, you know, you lost your gloves, so this is just what you're going to have to do.
This is your best option.
Yeah, you know, it's either your feet are going to be warm or your hands. You can't have both. So but you guys know I'm kidding. But anyway, yeah, we're just doing chores around here. I'm folding laundry. I just got done decorating for fall. I got the, like I said, I got the fall flags out. So it's a big changing of the flags. And I got my welcome fall sign in the window, my little fall wreath in the window, and then I had hand painted a sign that says the Heidi's, and I got that in the lower part of the window. I got my big fall wreath hung up on my front door. I have a slightly smaller one. This got scarecrows on it on the back door. This stuff is important, you guys. I think over here you can see I have a fall thing. I can show you guys this. I have a fall table here, and then over this way, well, I can switch this to that. Over this way, you see I have a fall motif going there. So it's very important that you have all this going. Sometime this week I do plan on, well, I still need to get a used crock pot or something. I want to pour some candles. I don't have that many candles left. I need to pour some fall scent candles. Yes?
Oh, no, I was just listening to you.
Oh.
You know what we should do?
No.
Is we should stop by either, or there's that one.
There's that lighthouse one.
Yeah, and then there's also the Salvation Army.
Well, we should do that.
Okay.
We should do that next time we go out.
Okay.
You know, and that would be nice. I would enjoy that too. To get a used crock pot. I just want to be able to melt the wax all at once. I'm probably going to have to stop and get wax. I'll have to see how much I have.
Okay.
But I may have to stop and get wax.
Okay.
From like Hobby Lobby or something. That's the only place I know that sells the big things of it.
Yeah, now that they don't have...
the 40% off coupon.
Yeah.
Who else is mad about that? You other crafters. I used to love to go in there with that 40% off coupon and get something. That's how I bought my looms originally. Certain looms were half off, and then I used a 40% coupon on my very first set of looms that I got, which was your standard half-inch. And that's what I started looming on. And then I just taught myself through YouTube videos. Because I wanted to crochet, and I tried to crochet, and just the arthritis in the hands and stuff was bad enough. I just really can't. I'm still not giving up, though. I'm still going to try more. But, you know, I just love yarn, so I'm like, I'm not going to, you know, not do it. So then I bought the looms because, you know, and then a beast was born. Because I do enjoy doing, as you guys know, I do really enjoy the loom knitting so much that I do it all the time. Right now I'm combining some scrap yarn that was given to me, and I'm making a new yarn cake. So I get so excited about making those yarn cakes, you know. All kinds of diaper covers, Jelly Bean. Aren't you excited? She threw up this morning. Well, this afternoon. Quite a few times. It was just a yellow foamy, but poor little girl. But she seemed fine now. She just had some rice, and then she had treats, so, you know. But, yeah, she laid on me for the longest time. She had to lay on me just like a baby would and get loved up for a long time, you know. And so she was doing it, and then all of a sudden she got off, and, you know, she was sick. So I do not know what was going on. I have a mouse in my room. Not thrilled about that. But, you know, the back door is not too far from my bedroom, and it's getting to be fall time, and it's a field mice, you know. But still, I don't want to be friends with it. I like them fine if they live outside. So we have some bait traps out. Just your normal ones that'll take care of them. Not your snap traps. I could not handle that. So,
No.
but I was not thrilled the other night because it was like, we were watching TV and I saw something out of the corner of my eye. See, and I thought we'd already had taken care of it because Brad got one the other day in the hallway and took care of it. And so we thought, okay, good. Well, no.
The chain of death.
There's that, yeah. So we have a lot of bedding we need to do too. But yeah, you didn't have very many socks to bed.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, clothes.
Yeah, well, I've got a full laundry basket in my room.
Did I fold it?
No.
Why did you not let me fold it?
No, it's dirty. If you want to fold it,
okay.
yeah.
No, I don't fold the dirty. But anyway, in this short time, I just did 3 laundry baskets full of clothes, folded them. Well, I'd say 1 whole laundry basket with blankets. So, that works. I have a sheet here somewhere. Oh, yeah. You can put this in that bag, too.
Okay.
We use clean grocery bags, 13-gallon, to put, like, blankets and stuff in. And then we tie them because that way it's nice and fresh when you're going to use it. And it's easier to move them around.
Well, and especially these bags, because these are the mint-scented bags.
Yes. Or the citrus is nice, too.
Mm-hmm.
Brad really loves the mint, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're just doing household chores. Brad's going to move that one flag for me. And just kind of doing stuff. I want to pop back and ride the bike. And I want to clean my room today. I have a box still to go through and vacuum it and clean my bathroom. So I need to straighten up my closet, and I also need to straighten up my clothes, do some cleaning. That's not going to happen today. And like I said, this week I'm really concentrating on, now that I've found all of my candle making stuff, I'm really concentrating on getting some fall time candles poured. Now I have the wooden wicks. I don't know. In theory, I really like the wooden wicks. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but they make a wooden wick, and what it does is it kind of pops and crackles like a fire log would. It's perfectly safe to use in your candles, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem to burn the same or as effectively. It doesn't get that nice melted pool of wax that really, so I don't know. What do you think about those wooden wicks?
With what I've seen,
They're hard to keep lit.
yeah, and what I've seen, as soon as they get down in the wax,
Yeah.
that they get drowned out.
Yes. So that's, I don't know. Perhaps they're using a different type of wax. They could be. That reacts differently. So, I'm on the fence about that. I would love to, and like I said, I save all my jars, my glass container. That's usually what I use for candles, is in glass jars or and such. So I save all those to re-pour. Of course. So, that's really what I want to get that done today or this week, because it'll take a couple days. I'll pour, and then, you need to wait a day or two for that to cool, and it's going to sink down some. And then I like to top it off, come back and top it off again. So, yeah, I'm anxious to get that done, I've been kind of going through and reorganizing some of my tarts, because my wax melts, because I buy them usually when they're on sale, or I'll buy the 5-pack through Walmart, and it's a little cheaper that way. And, yeah, it's 5 of the same scent, but we have, going in this house, we could have 3, 5, 6, 7 tart wax warmers. And that, I don't have one in the craft room yet. I will. So in that point in time, there'll be 8. Brad has one. There'll be one in the craft room. I have one out here in the front room. I have one in the kitchen. I have 2 in my bedroom and then 1 in my bathroom. So, I like my house to smell really nice. And then it's quite the art form, because I know what scents Brad really likes, and we pretty much like the same scents. We don't do heavy florals or anything because we're both allergic to that, and don't really care for the scent just for us. But like in the bedroom and the bathroom, I'll end up using one whole pack, because I'll use 2 of the squares in each wax warmer. So that way the room and the bathroom all blend. They all smell like tropical fruit. Or if you guys buy the wax melts from Walmart, and I think it's Better Homes and Garden, but they have a vanilla French toast. Oh Lord, if you like bakery scents and stuff, that thing is the bomb.com, isn't it, honey?
Yes, it is.
That smells so good. Another one we really, really like is the fall. I think it's called autumn, or maybe it's just fall. And we buy the big packs of that. That smells so good. It smells like the fall leaves and a little bit of pine and stuff. It just, a nice strong one. Sometimes we like a nice strong citrus. Like right now out here we have a cranberry mandarin wax melts, and that's really a nice kind of cleansing, fresh scent. It's really quite lovely.
Yeah.
So we like citrus, we like the fruit smells, and we like bakery.
I do like the pine, but it doesn't like me.
I can do the vanilla pine with you, though.
Yeah.
The vanilla pine, we both love pine, but Brad will react negatively. Like, we both love cinnamon, but I have to watch how strong the cinnamon is. I can't do like the red hot cinnamon because it will choke me up and I can't breathe. But yeah, we really do like, I found the vanilla pine with Brad is okay. This is going to need to go back there too. I was looking to see, I don't think I have any out here. I wanted to, that autumn one, sorry.
You dropped a pen.
Okay, I'll get it.
Okay.
But yeah, the autumn scent is just really lovely.
You know what really killed me when I worked at the grocery store is they would, when we get in the cinnamon oil soaked pine cones.
Oh yeah.
They would put them right outside the liquor store.
Oh yeah.
And the air intake for the heating and cooling for the liquor store, the intake was right above those pine cones.
Ugh.
So all that cinnamon, it would just suck it up and completely fill the liquor store. And there were several times I couldn't breathe. It was
I can't imagine how bad that would be, because you walk in a store and they've just put out those cinnamon pine cones. And while I love the smell of them, they're overpowering.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine how bad that would be working there.
Yeah.
I think it would be very bad.
Yeah. And a couple times I talked to the boss and he kind of
Yeah,
laughed.
he didn't
laughed
care.
about it. No.
Yeah, he didn't care. That would have to make him human.
Yeah.
And that he was not.
Yep.
But now you don't have to put up with him ever
No.
again.
Nope.
And he saw a dramatic change in his business too when you retired.
Yep.
Yep.
And my favorite saying when I was there, when I worked there, is boss spelled backwards is double S-O-B.
That's kind of a normal one.
I know, but that's still my favorite.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. Don't make fun of me.
Why?
Oh,
It's my job.
I know.
There's your
My
thing.
belt.
Yeah, I'm just putting my clothes in the. We have these rolling hampers that are. Well, I spill everything around, right? Right, honey?
Yep.
But yeah, now you guys got to sit with me while I folded clothes. I'm pretty fast at it.
Yes, you are.
Brad always laughs. But heck, I've been folding clothes all my whole life. Who hasn't? You folded your clothes
I did.
when I met you, but see, okay, ladies. Brad had a bachelor pad. He had an apartment, 1-bedroom apartment, when I met him, and he invited me over with the girls for dinner, and it was it was decently clean. And, it wasn't super, super clean, but it was good. Except for the bathroom. And we're not talking like it was a horror or anything. But it just could use some scrubbing. Which, but for a bachelor, And I thought that's the way he kept his apartment. I just recently found out that he cleaned like crazy before I came over there. I thought this whole time, wow, he just kind of keeps everything so neat and clean and, stuff. I mean, yeah, on the counter there was a big pile of bills and stuff, or, they hadn't opened it. But it wasn't anything that he, urgently needed to get to. It just, he hadn't opened it. But I thought, okay, nice. He keeps things nice and clean and orderly. I didn't know that the man had like a panic, like a mad woman in cleaning and stuff before we came over. He was so cute though. He cooked steak and corn. I don't remember what the other thing was.
Yeah.
Maybe it was rice, maybe it was potatoes. I don't remember. Tater tots. It was tater tots. He cooked steak. It was just like a round steak or something.
Yeah.
And he cooked tater tots and corn.
Because I knew the girls would be over.
Yes, because he invited, and they were 2 and 4 at that time. He cut up their steak in just little perfect cubes and everything. He was so cute, But yeah, sitting there just kind of like, wow.
And it's a good thing you didn't open the oven.
Yeah, probably. What, were there pots and pans in there?
All the dirty dishes that I couldn't.
Oh my God, really? What? How many dirty dishes did you have?
Well, the dishwasher, I filled the dishwasher, but then the big pots and pans were hidden in the oven.
Wow. Yeah, but you had to take them out, do the tater tots?
Oh, yeah, so I must not have had them in there.
No.
Okay.
You must have hid them in a cupboard, probably.
Probably. Who knows?
Because you didn't really have anything in your cupboards.
Yeah. Or my fridge.
That could have happened, too. The man didn't own a coffee pot when I met him. He didn't drink coffee. He always had a Diet Pepsi first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, other than having, how bachelors will have kind of some odd wall decorations. I mean, here and there, it doesn't really go together or anything. Not that ours necessarily here does, but, well, it does, basically.
Yeah.
But, it was interesting. I thought all this time, wow. He just seemed, he wasn't like obsessively clean, but he, it was pretty decent. Because you don't know, he'd been a bachelor, he was 28, he'd been a bachelor, no, you were 27 at that time.
Yes.
He'd been a bachelor all those years, so.
Never going to get married.
Never going to get married. Told me that first conversation we ever had, and I said, good, I'm never going to get remarried. He said, good. And then he said he didn't want to have kids, and I thought, that was almost a game changer. I almost didn't go out with him. Because he called me up to ask me to go out to dinner with him. And I thought, well, what the heck. I liked him. We had a great conversation. I thought, okay, well, the worst that can happen is we'll be good friends. I had kind of checked out from a few local people. I turned out they weren't that reliable. But, I mean, it did tell the truth about that you were a really nice guy. And you were a really good guy. And that you were a good friend. Now, the part about him having money was false. The part about him having a house was false. The part about him being gay was false. So, 1 out of 4 is not bad. But, I thought, okay, well, at that point in time, I was newly divorced and, healing from a very, very abusive marriage and alone. I'd gone through that divorce alone. My support system, which was my grandmother, she got gravely ill. And for a long time, we didn't know if she was going to make it. She was home on oxygen and adjusting to all of that. So, of course, my parents hadn't been around or anything, even through the holidays. I spent that Christmas and everything alone with the girls. And it turns out Brad spent that Christmas alone. And so this was in January, and I thought, well, I could really use a good friend. He seemed very, very nice, We had great conversations. I think the first night we talked on the phone was over 4 hours. And so I thought, okay, I'll go out with him. And, even though he said he didn't want kids, he wasn't adamant like mean, nasty, hate kids or anything. He just, didn't see that in his future. You know. Well, then what happens? We get really involved, and you also loved the girls. He's the one that broached me about when he asked me to marry him and stuff. Then his next thing was he also wanted to adopt the girls, which I was just kind of floored about. I hadn't even thought about it, and I thought, wow. I knew their father didn't want anything to do with them. He had had one visitation with them, and he called early because he was tired of them wanting us to come get the girls, which we turned right around in a blizzard and went down and got them. You believe me. That Brad had to ask his boss for a cash advance. We didn't have the money for the gas and stuff, and we went down and got them lickety-split.
Yep.
But anyway, so there you have it.
Yeah, and I wanted to take my truck because of the blizzard we were going through.
But that was so expensive in gas. So we ended up taking my rear wheel drive. Or was it front wheel?
It was a rear wheel drive.
Yeah, station wagon. We're going down there. We're in a blizzard, right? I trusted Brad to drive. He's a great driver. All of a sudden he said to me, I think we're going to wreck. My response was, okay, and, I grabbed the handle of the door. I mean, what else was we going to do? I'm just like, okay. I mean, at this point in time, we're already spinning on the highway. We went down in a ditch, just kind of like you would just drive there. And a miracle upon miracles was that we were able just to drive out. Because we thought we were stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, were we both kind of shaken up over that.
Yeah.
Got down and got him. Turned right back through even worse conditions. Could not see. It was so bad that the semi was pulling this great big boat. And we followed the tail lights because we couldn't see anything else.
Yeah, I think we followed him all the way from...
You called him the boat buddy.
Our boat buddy, yeah. We followed him pretty much right outside of Fort Collins.
Because when I say we went down to Denver. And, that was fun times, though. Kept the girls calm, though. We had stopped at a convenience store and gotten quite a bit of candy. Or maybe we had bought that from the store. I don't remember which. Because we knew we didn't have money to be spending on, going to a restaurant and stuff. So we just bought, like, sandwich stuff. And I believe I made, like, some peanut butter and jelly. It doesn't have to be refrigerated. And we did buy some candy and drinks and stuff. But, yeah, it was interesting. I knew he was the one for me, because anybody that'll turn right around and, yeah, let's go get your kids. Because that was supposed to be a couple weeks that he and I were just getting to spend together. We had just really started dating and stuff. I mean, he didn't even, he came over to my house the first date to watch movies. I didn't even own a VCR, so he rented a VCR, and we watched movies and stuff, and then he just kind of never left, basically. Stuff started migrating over. We both wanted it that way,
What did I tell you? It was like a booger on the finger.
Yeah,
you can't shake me loose.
But, we had just started really getting involved, and in fact, he wanted me to, like, spend more time at his apartment and stuff. And, he didn't balk at all, though, that we were going down early to get the girls. He had to get time off work. He had to, borrow money. See, and the thing was, we had just been down in Colorado visiting some of his friends. But, back, that was before cell phones and stuff, so,
And when we moved me out of my apartment into your place, I had to go through and I had to fix that back door,
Yes.
and then I had to change all the locks.
Yes.
And
Oh, you did that before you even moved in. You
okay,
just did that for me. He had some, I guess you had some door locks. Maybe you went and bought them.
I don't remember.
And changed that for me because he knew my my ex-husband had keys to the place. And he was threatening. He was calling and threatening. And I had to bust out the back door of my house because I had locked. It was a cold winter night. Okay, sad story. You have a big, get your tissues out. Sad story. There was no heat in the station wagon all of a sudden. I got 2 little kids, right? So I took them over to Kmart, which was just not too far from my house, to get hats and gloves because they were going to have to ride in the station wagon with me with no heat. Realized then I locked my keys in my car. I don't know anybody. I don't have anybody that I can call or anything. Nobody has a key to my place. I certainly couldn't afford a locksmith. So I think somebody gave us a ride home because where I worked was real close. And we walked over there. And I believe it was a manager or something gave me, because like I said, I lived just a few blocks away, literally. Hadn't been so cold and windy, we could have walked. Well, not the 2-year-old, but that's kind of hard to do at night, cold and icy. But they realized I can't get in my house. My manager had already left. Like I said, this was before cell phones or anything. So I had to break the window out of the back door, put my coat over the opening, and slide my 4-year-old through the window and have her unlock the door for me so we could get into the house. Well, the problem then was having a way to cover that. I just had a piece of cardboard taped up over it. Brad saw that. He went out to the garage. He saw there was some plywood, and he took care of that, And then, like I said, you changed the locks. He didn't want me to be scared. And then my ex called up threatening me, and Brad had some conversation with him.
In my own charming way.
Yes. He came up a few days later from Colorado, and Brad had to work. He tried to get out of it. He had to work that day. Lo and behold, he had taken my car to work. Like I said, we lived literally about a block from where he worked. But so he took my car to work, and he comes out to leave, and somebody had smeared mustard all over the door handles. We think we know who did. My ex shows up at the house with his cousin, and the girls didn't want anything to do with him. The dog didn't want anything to do with him. He sat there and tried to act cool and stuff, and tried to threaten me with stuff, and even his cousin told him to knock it off, and he left, and I locked the door. I remember he threw his keys across the kitchen table, and I said, "Oh, I don't need those." I said, "My boyfriend changed the lock." Who? I don't care, but I'm pretty sure he went up to the store and surmised the size of my husband now, and decided he wasn't going to try and jack with you. So, why don't you guys know all of our history now? There will be a quiz in a couple of days, so I hope you took notes.
That was still my favorite, though. Was it mustard or ketchup?
Mustard.
Mustard all over the car door handle.
It just so happened that they were having, like they would have like a hot dog trailer. That sometimes they would park in front of the store, sell hot dogs for one charity or another, and so we're pretty sure that's where the mustard came from.
Yeah.
Whatever. We never heard from him again after Brad had a conversation though with him. That was the only time he ever came up to see the girls. When we went and we filed, you have to be married a year. When we went and filed for Brad to adopt, he had to sign away his parental rights, and the only thing he cared about was What was it going to cost him? When the lawyer explained to him it wasn't going to cost him anything, and in fact, once Brad adopted the girls, he would not have to pay child support. Yeah, he had no problem with that at all. Signed it, once they located him, he played this where he couldn't be located for a while, remember?
Yep.
You know.
And I'm sorry.
Years later, one of the girls tried to kind of imply that maybe the adoption had been illegal, and I'm like, oh no. He gave him the lawyer's name, who was now a judge, and said, you can look it up, it's just a matter of public record, so,
And the cool thing was Judge Forrester was the judge that presided over the adoption. And Judge Forrester was the judge that presided over me when I was adopted, which I thought was very, very cool. Yeah.
Yep. So, there you have it. Someday we'll tell you about the wedding and what the fiasco parts of it were. It was like the overlord who supposed to be my mother, and she comes up to fight with everybody at the wedding, right before the vows are being taken. Oh my God! Reminded me of that because Leanne's son is getting ready to get married here in a couple of weeks and stuff. So, yeah, it was interesting, right?
I know one of my sisters was ready to kick her butt.
Kelly.
Oh yeah.
We should let those two go toe to toe. Woo! We could have had the wedding paid for. We paid for our own wedding, because I'd already been married once, and I wasn't going to have my parents pay for a second wedding. You would have never heard the end of that one.
Oh man.
And I didn't want my mother getting to tell us how everything was going to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could have charged and for people to buy tickets, and we could have made some serious funds off of that.
Yeah,
now it's too late.
We could have sold it as a pay-per-view event.
Freak show.
Yeah.
And I mean, his sisters, I think she got into it with your two sisters.
Kelly and
Not
Susan.
the baby sister.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, sorry.
and they're coming in. I'm in the bathroom, getting changed and stuff. They're coming in telling me, and I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm getting ready. My parents didn't bother to show up until right before the wedding. There was no, oh, let's go spend some time with her. Oh, you look so beautiful. No, none of that. Basically fought with my mom for a few weeks before the wedding because, she wanted to run things like no, and we were setting things up. We had a budget, and we were setting things up as we could afford them. It was a pretty relaxed atmosphere and stuff. I mean, we had like cold cuts and potato salads and that kind of stuff, rolls and different breads and stuff.
We made our own meat tray, and
we made our own meat trays. That was fun. We did a cheese tray, and it was fun. I mean, we set up a bunch of balloons, especially in one corner of the reception area was the same where we took the vows, and that way it gave the kids something to play with. And then when I got mad later on, this is the next day going in to clean up, it was great to pop those. But anyway, yeah, it was an interesting time.
yes, it was.
Yeah, it's just like, and then the honeymoon.
That's a
The
story
first
for another
night,
day.
the first, I'm going to tell them, because, I can wrap this up pretty soon. The first night we spent in a hotel. My aunt had given us was it my aunt?
No, it was Mom.
Was it your mom? Paid for a hotel room in a nice hotel. And that was really nice. Basically after all the stuff with the wedding and stuff, you just want to get away from everything and remember that you liked each other and stuff. I mean, The second night, his mom knew this guy who had a cabin up on the mountain. He was supposed to stay up there for a few days. We go up there, and It's a nice enough cabin. I mean, it's rustic. You can tell they go up there to party and stuff. But we're just kind of dusting and cleaning up some. There's a lot of cobwebs and that kind of stuff. Well, I get this bright idea that I brought bug spray, right? And so I'm spraying around the windowsills and stuff. I see a few flies. I'm spraying around the windowsills. I sprayed around this one windowsill, and it must have been in the walls of this log cabin. A great big swarm of flies. This is like out of a horror movie. I kid you not. There were thousands of flies. Brad got the can of bug spray. He is going and standing and going in circular motion spraying. As they hit this wooden floor, the sound of all of these wings combined was deafening. I've got a towel over my head because, these things are flying everywhere. I don't want them in my hair. And I'm trying not to freak out. He finally gets me calmed down. We're sweeping up thousands of flies, right? And disposing of them. He finally gets me calmed down. He gives me a wine cooler. I'm sitting on a couch. All of a sudden, splat! We look, and on the screen door, it's just your normal, wooden screen door, is plastered up there a kitten. It's about 6 months old or so. Though it's plastered up there now, crying at us. Of course, I scream. I think Brad thought, man, this is not how I envisioned our honeymoon to be. Then we go in the bedroom. Because there wasn't nothing going to be happening, because we're both freaked out about the flies, Because, you didn't kill all of them. There's still some fluttering around, but not the big swarm. Like I said, it was just like out of a horror movie, you guys.
Well, I swept up all the flies that we swept up when they were all piled on the floor before we got the dustpan. Was a mound about the size of a cantaloupe.
Yeah.
It was huge.
Yeah. And like I said, when they're hitting there and their wings are, oh my God. It was just, so we go into the bedroom and to finally go to sleep. And Brad didn't tell me until later that there were dead mice in the drawers. We left the next morning.
Yes, we did.
I wanted to take the kitten. But Brad said, no, his mama's probably around somewhere. Because he didn't look malnourished or anything. He might have belonged to one of the neighbors, too. But we left. Because it was like, nope, don't want to stay up here. I don't think it had running water or anything either. I know we couldn't shower or anything either.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
there was a well out front.
Okay. But I know that you couldn't shower or anything. Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah.
For a honeymoon, that's not, without getting graphic, yeah. It was like, Lord, there's a fly over there right behind you going up the cabinet. He has called it
Bug assault?
Bug assault, and it shoots salt, and he's good at aiming. It's up on the wood trim now, right by the cabinet, up on top. You see it?
Nope, but...
Right there, see it now?
Oh, yeah.
Good shot. Yeah, you did.
Okay.
He's a good shot with it. Just takes regular table salt. But anyway, now you guys know our whole life story. And I'm going to let you guys go. This is about an hour long. And I have to go pee. So, and Brad's going to be killing flies. But remember, do something for somebody else. Do something for yourself. I love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so much. And everybody say bye to Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.